Hi, I'm Caryn Dugan, coming to you today from the Center for Plant-Based Living right here in St. Louis, Missouri. And today I'm sharing my clean slate hummus with you. This is the first recipe I ever created when I went plant-based 2008 now. I know, forever ago. This is such a really great recipe because it's simple. You don't need a whole lot of ingredients. I think it's just 5 ingredients. And there's so many other ways that you can adjust the flavors, and we'll talk about that. So first and foremost, I'm going to take 2 cans of chickpeas, also called garbanzo beans, and drain them. Now, because I am going to use the juice of the beans, part of the juice from the beans, in the making of the hummus, I'm buying an organic chickpea. And this is also a no BPA lining can, and there's also no salt in there. Now, if you can't find non-BPA lined cans or no low sodium or beans, whatever, buy whatever you can find, and then just rinse the beans off and drain them and rinse them off with water, and then you can just use a vegetable broth or water if you want to get things moving in the blender. Okay, so I've got my 2 cans of chickpeas, which comes out to 3 cups, by the way. And I'm just going to put them into a blender. Now, you can use a food processor or a blender for this. I choose to use a food processor just because I like it to get really, really creamy. But if you like a little bit chunkier hummus, then a food processor is just fine. Okay, now to our beans, I am going to add juice of 1/2 lemon. Now here's a fast fact. For your body to really absorb the iron that is in beans, it needs a little bit of citrus also. So you could add a little bit of lemon, some lime, some orange, whatever citrus you like, and it'll give it a little bit of brightness, of course, that's the flavor, but again, it'll really help that iron, pull the iron out of the beans and help your body really soak it up. Okay, so we're gonna get juice of 1/2 of that really fresh lemon. Next, I'm going to add some tahini paste, and tahini is just hulled or ground sesame seeds. And when you buy this, usually you'll find it in the international aisle of your grocery store. You want to make sure that the only thing that's in this jar is just ground sesame seeds. That's it. You don't need any extra oils, any stabilizers, any fillers, nothing. Just your sesame seed paste. Or your sesame seeds. Add as much as you want. I'm going to do a heavy tablespoon. You don't want to add too much because it really is, it's pretty saturated with fat and calories because it's a seed, and it'll really come through if you use too much. So we're using this just as an emulsifier almost to really get that nice creamy feeling. I'm going to add just a pinch of salt. And I love garlic, so I'm adding 3 cloves. If you're not into it that much, don't add as much. And if you don't have any fresh garlic at home, you can use some garlic powder, garlic salt, whatever you have. Minced garlic. All right, so I'm going to add just a little bit of our bean water just to get things going. Be really, really conservative with this, because if you want it to be thicker or if you want it to be thinner, you can always add more water into it, right? But if it's too thin, it's really hard to thicken up unless you have more beans sitting around. And also, one other thing, this is called, yes, bean water, but we also call it Aquafaba. So it's 2 Latin words. Aqua is water, faba is bean. So you might see the word Aquafaba around in some recipes. What they mean is bean water, and most typically it's going to be the water in the can of chickpeas because it's very starchy, and you can make meringue cookies out of it and many other things as well. So just know that Aquafaba is bean water. Okay, I'm going to get things going here. This may take a little while, so I'll see you after we stop blending. Okay, we're nice and creamy. And I will show this to you as well. Put that in there. And I'll come on up, show you what that looks like. That is super duper creamy. Now, I have a little plate here with some multigrain crackers, pita chips. You could use vegetables to dip in, whatever. This makes a great sandwich spread, and if you thin it out even more, it makes a great salad dressing as well. I know, it's so multifunctional. Now, I like to call it my clean slate hummus because it's really just a foundational hummus. Like you're just wiping the slate clean. Here's just the basic hummus. And then if you want to make basil hummus, add some fresh basil. Maybe some more Mediterranean, because it's already a Mediterranean dish, more Mediterranean dish hummus. You could add some artichokes, perhaps even you could blend in some Kalamata olives and maybe a little bit of spinach. Just pulse it in there a couple of times. That would be delicious. So just play around with the hummus, make the base hummus, and then add whatever you want in there. For the holidays, what I like to do, I celebrate Christmas, so I will make a sun-dried tomato hummus. Just again, make this basic hummus and add in dried tomatoes so that it's red. And then I'll also make another batch of this clean slate hummus and then add some basil leaves because then it's green. Or you could do spinach, whatever you want. So we have green and red hummus at the holidays. I know, it's kind of geeky, but I like it. Also, one thing I wanted to mention is that you might have noticed that we did not use any oil. Well, first of all, I don't use any oil in my cooking. But second, did you know that original hummus did not even include any oil? It was just these ingredients. So you don't even need it. Promise. All right, I hope that you really enjoyed this recipe and that you find a whole lot of ways to use this. Make it once and use it many, many different ways during your week. Okay, take good care, and I'll see you real soon.